Hey everybody, and welcome to my N5 series on the SP404 Mark II, where I cover a topic in about 5 minutes. Ezekiel has written in and asked how we can do other timings than triplets, like how do we do quintuplets and septuplets, and it is a little bit math involved, so I've printed out this little table here just to help have something to work along to, and I'll go over the math a little bit, but effectively I will post this up if anybody wants. It'll be just a spreadsheet. You can go make adjustments to this table. Maybe I'll make it a little bit more advanced for doing some other things in the future. I don't know if depends if there's interest, but effectively what you want to know is what is the size of your note. So we're talking quarter notes, and how many notes do you want to fit into that size? Do you want to do triplets? Well, the SP404 Mark II can kind of do triplets. So we could put triplets in here, but the specific question was for quintuplets, so getting 5 notes into a quarter note, or septuple for how do we get 7 notes into a quarter note. So really what this is breaking down is what's the division. So here for a quintuple, it's 480 parts per quarter note, and that is 90 divided by 5, which is going to give us 96. So we need to have every part will be 96 distance away. So this gives us some PPQN math of 480 total. Well, we're going to go 0, 96, 192, 288, and 384. And what I've done here is basically what's the 16th note position. So if we're looking across this row of 4 notes, is it the first, second, third, or fourth position? And then the bottom number is basically going to say in that position 1, what number is it between 0 and 120? So in this case, we need 2 notes in the 1 position. We need 0 and 96. In the second position, we need 72. The third position, we need 48. Excuse me. And then the fourth position, we need 24. It's basically just doing the math where we're incrementing by 96. So we're going 0, 96, 192, 288, 384. And in the case of this, what's the position row? We're using the quotient function in Google Sheets. And for the offset, we are basically just using the mod position. If you happen to know what those are, cool. I'm not going to get into describing them, but this will tell us basically what's the 16th note position and which 16th note are we adding it to out of the 4. And then it's going to tell us basically which slot it is. And I'll show you how to do all this in a second. Similarly, we can do this for septuple, but the problem with a septuple, I just want to show you here, is it is 480 divided by 7, which does not come out to a whole number. It comes out to 68.57. I've basically just, even though you can imagine that the PPQ on math here as we add up goes up, I just told it to round the number up. But if you were to look at the sheet, you would see it has the whole number of the 68.57 ... going on forever, adding it in, and it's just rounding up or down based on if it's above or below 0.5, so that we can just kind of help minimize rounding errors. So what this effectively means is for a septuple, we're not going to be able to get this on the exact position that it would need to land on, but that's just because the PPQN of 480 is not a multiple of 7. 7 dividing into 480 just becomes the 68.57 going on for a very long time number. So, but with that, we can still do the same thing where we're going to use quotient and mod. So quotient, again, is going to be used to calculate which of the 16th note positions we're going to be in. So we can see here we've got 2 in the 1 position, we've got 2 in the 2 position, 2 in the 3 position, and 1 in the 4 position. And for each of these, we know that the first one needs to be 0, the second one needs to be 69, then this is 17, 86, 34, 103, and 51. So let's just get to programming these, and we will see how this works out for you. But this will get you what you're looking for. You can do the math for, as I said, smaller or longer note sizes, but we're not going to get into all that. So I'm going to make this 1 bar. I want to make this as least complicated as possible, but you can go longer, and you can choose which row you want to put it in if you're going to do this, but I'm just going to use the first row. So with that said, I'm just going to hit record. We don't need anything else. We got a nice little friendly metronome. I'm going to hold subpad, and I'm just going to hit the hat. Usually you're trying to do like these kinds of rolls or triplets, quintuplets, septuplets on a hat. So we come back here. Let me just I'll fold this over just so it's easier to put here while I'm doing it. Sometimes not a good place to show you. So the first one we have is on 0, and it's the first note and 0. So I'm just going to tap 1. So that's just going to get us the first note. We can see the second one here is 96. So we need an additional note here. The easiest way I would say to do this is to hit record and just add another one. So when we see it flip over, I got that. So we've got that one programmed. Now we still need one. We just need one on 2, 3, and 4. So I'm just going to do these just to add them, even though this is going to sound wrong. So now what we need to do is we go pattern edit, and we're going to tap pad 1, and we need to go to the item. The first one is currently 75. We need to make that 96. So I'm just going to use the value knob, dial this into 96. I'm going to move to the second one. The second one needs to be 72. So I'm going to use the value knob and just dial this into 72. And if you're wondering if this is manually intensive, it is, but once you've got these things programmed, you can start doing things like sample them out or just copy in different sounds that you want. So it's not too bad. Next one's 48 for pad 3, and pad 4 is 24. So if you followed along with those numbers, you now have your quintuplet programmed. Now let's say we want to go do a septuplet. Let's exit out, and it's going to be the same type of thing. It's just a little bit harder to do, only because we have so many that we need to get set up. But I'm going to go length back to 1 bar and hit record, and we can see here we need 2 events in 1, 2 and 2, 2 and 3, and 1 and 4. So let's just start. Let's just start doing this way. Oops, I don't want that note. And I got to go shift record to get back in. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. Let's take that off. I want to go back and use the hi-hat again. So we're just going to get the first trigger because we're always going to have one on 0. And now we need to get 2 triggers here. We need to get 2 triggers on 2. I think I got 2 there. Yep. 3 we need. So I think I got the 3. And we got 1 on 4, so we just tap it. So we're going to go back through and just follow this sheet here for a cheat sheet. Oh no, I just deleted it. I meant to hit pattern edit first. Okay, pattern edit, pad 1. So we can see here we've got 0, 0, 0, and 0. Next we need to go to the second one, and this needs to be 69 now. So we'll just dial in 69. We're going to go to pad 2. First one is 17. So we get 17. We'll go to the second item, and that needs to be 86. We go to the third one. We need 34. 34. Whoop. It's so easy to just tweak it the wrong way. 34, and then we need 103. And last but not least, needs to be set to 51. And if you followed along, now you have a septuplet. Anyway, Ezekiel, I hope this helps you out. I know it took a little while for me to get to you, but I got quite a backlog of questions. Anyway, yeah, drop notes in the comments if you're interested. I'm happy to spend more time trying to make this a little bit more expanded for things like the MPC or other things if people are interested. If not, feel free to just take the math and go do it. But this isn't super complicated, but it just means knowing kind of how to do some of the functions and things in a spreadsheet to make it work and happen. Anyway, everybody, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good, and peace.